What's going on, guys? My name is William Dauria. Welcome to the channel. On this channel, all we do is buy rental property and live off the passive income. I show you how to do it. Follow me today as you join me in my car as I drive and look at the duplex that I've never seen in person and I just purchased. Plus, also follow me as I show you how to research a property management company, what to say, my reaction, and on the very same day, go to the bank and close at the title office and explain the entire process. Also, how to shop insurance for your rental property as well. I hope you learned something. Let's dive into it.
Welcome to the Smack Fest, the beat down. The SWAT team is here on another beautiful day of shutting the week down.
And if we're just meeting for the very first time, my name is William Dauria. I own a portfolio of single-family, multifamily, commercial properties. I buy them, I do the BRRRR process on them. That's buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. Basically, I buy a property, I fix it up, I rent it. I live off the passive income, therefore allow me to buy more property, allow me to earn more passive income, buying more property, earning more passive income. You get the idea. Let's take a ride in my car as we get into it. All right, guys, so I'm about to pull up to a house that I bought sight unseen from a wholesaler, and I'm a little bit nervous. I'm only about 1.5 miles from it. I'm looking at the neighborhoods coming into it. Neighborhoods are, oh, there's a Bentley. Huh. Neighborhood's a little bit older, at least in the area I just passed. Don't know about the area that I'm going to. I did look on Google Earth, so I kind of know a little bit of what I'm looking at, but looking for, but it doesn't beat going there in person. I'm seeing older homes. I'm looking at roofs, I'm looking at, let me show you guys what I'm looking at, okay? Hold on. All right, guys. So I see, so this isn't too bad. This isn't too bad. This isn't too bad. Uh-oh. Bums. Great. Close down businesses. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh man, there's a bunch of bums right there. Oh boy. Oh boy. Dang. Alright, nothing beats panning the area, guys. Oh man. And I hope this street's a little better than this one. Alright, guys, so to pull up to it now. Well, I recognize this house because I found it on Google. Yeah. Okay, so this house isn't too bad. Oh my gosh, there's a guy buying drugs. Maybe I spoke too early. Okay, alright. Here we are. And you know what, guys? It's exactly what I saw on Google Earth. Let me show you. Alright, so this is across the street. This is the street. Nice and wide. And this is the duplex I bought here. And then that's the neighbor's house right there. Yeah, guys, I'm okay with this. I'm okay. So I bought sight unseen. I used Earth to do be my eyes and ears, and I'm good with it, guys. I think I'm good. I did gamble. I put on my big boy pants, and I'm gonna go officially check out the house and do a little walk around, and I'm happy with it, and I'm glad this wasn't a oh my gosh, I made the worst decision of my life video. Alright, guys, so quick follow-up. So I did a visual inspection of the property on the outside. I met the tenant, or I should say I saw the tenant pull up in the driveway as I was walking around the property, and he didn't get out of his car. His windows were so black I couldn't see anything at all. He kept his window up, and I was just talking basically to a reflection of myself because I couldn't see anything. And super shady character, to be honest. Don't be confrontational at all. Remember, they're the one that are ultimately paying your bills. So this is how I introduced myself. I didn't tell him, oh, there's a new bill, it's good. I didn't tell him that I was a landlord, okay? I didn't want to get like, you know, like, oh my gosh, you know, you're the landlord and you better not raise my rent, blah, 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 blah. I just said, hey, I'm here representing the landlord. I'm just going to get a couple pictures. I'm going to leave. I couldn't see him, but he rolled down the window about this much, right? Just, he said, okay, and he rolled it back up and just stayed in the car. Didn't get out, just let it run. I was only there for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 minutes tops, and got a couple pictures of around the back. Always get more pictures than you need, because you never know. Like, I got pictures like away from the house, like the neighborhood in the back and all that, because Google Earth can't see that. And if there ever is an issue and they're like, oh, that white house behind me has a bunch of garbage and this and that and blah blah, I can look up and say, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Then I can call somebody and send them out, and I know what I'm telling them to do because I know what the layout looks like, basically, right? So yeah, guys, I'm happy with it. The property's really nice. There's new builds in the area. Some of the neighborhoods around are pretty rough, but overall, I'm happy with the property, guys. All right, guys, so just left the property management company. Going to 2 different property management companies today, or at least that was the plan. The one, ooh, there's a curb right there. The one I just talked to has the best reviews, is the closest. I really liked her. She has some sons in the military, and she actually knew that I was ex-military just talking to her. And I'm like, do I have a military hat on? They're like, how did you know that? She goes, just the way you talk. And I thought that was really kind of cool, and kind of made me like her right off the bat. But so they only charge 6% per month, right? And they have the best reviews. So let me tell you something, guys. The average property management company charges you 10% per month of the rent collected. So if it's $1,000 a month, they're gonna typically withhold $100 a month just for their fees and collecting the rent and send it to you, blah blah blah. This property management company only charges 6% per month and has their own lawn service. They've got their own maintenance guy. They've got licensed plumber on standby, licensed AC guy on standby. They know the area. They gave me oh, by the way, rent comps on this place. My current tenants are at $525 a month. I'm writing this down because I just got this info. So $525 a month. They think that the market rent on this is going to be about $900 a month, and that's really what I was seeing as far as my comps, which will bring me to a grand total, if that's the case, bring me to a grand total of $1,800 per month gross cash flow on a property that I paid $159 for. Turnkey condition. With tenants, I need to get the rents where they need to be at $900 a month, which is what she said is the going rate. After she looked at the property and said, okay, well, where's the washer and dryer, for instance? And I was like, well, it's in the kitchen. She goes, not the best place for it. And I said, I agree, except for it's kind of a small square footage, so it can't really move it really, unless you put it in a living room, but that's not gonna really fly. But it's got 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, and she says it's a pretty clean little spot. The neighborhood's up and coming. She says that neighborhood, they've been knocking down older houses steadily, and it's up and coming, that neighborhood in general. So she did say that I made a good buy on that property just by picking that specific location to begin with. From what I did in research, I don't know, 90 miles away in my home office, supports everything that I've been seeing here today. I really like this property management company. Shout out to Texas Longhorn Equities in Fort Worth. Her name was Trish, and I really had good vibes with her. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up going with them, only because I like everything about them. I'm not sure how much one-up the next property management company can get over them. Plus, they are the closest. They know this area better than anybody. If you can get a property management company closest to them, you'll get things like, for instance, they said that they're going to do weekly or bi-weekly, I forget which one they said. I think it was weekly drive-bys. Actually, not like with a gun, like drive-bys, where they actually drive by, look at the property, make sure the lawn's mowed, see stuff that maybe the tenants haven't reported, like, the last storm, because here in Texas we get some crazy winds. The last storm blew off some shingles or something, get that stuff taken care of. So one of the things you do when you buy property is, I'm about to close here in an hour and a half too, but you find a property management company, which I'm doing today, and honestly, I think I found them. I mean, after interviewing her, I'm going to be hard-pressed to find something better, and plus I'd be going further away, and I think I'm going to end up going with them. And then I can always use the other people as a backup if for whatever reason I don't like them. But I vibed with her really well, and you know, that's why I think person-to-person contact, especially when establishing a long-term relationship, is very, very important, at least initially, because I can talk over the phone all day, and it's just not the same. I want to walk into the office. I want to look around. I want to see how are they keeping up their own office. Let me tell you what, guys, I wanted to get a picture, but I didn't want to look like weird, you know, walking right in and getting snapping pictures. But the place had like real bear rugs and like big leather couches and a big fire pit and all this uppity stuff and coffee, and I'm like, dude, this place is like, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of like Cabela's. You know, like when you walk into Cabela's and you're like, wow, you got all the natural wood and it looked like a mini version of like a little Cabela's right when you walked in. So I thought that was kind of super cool, kind of a cool little Texas vibe going. And then she was like, yeah, I designed all this inside. And I'm thinking, awesome, because when I do turnover, because I'm colorblind, she's going to know the right paint, she's going to know what people in this area want to see, and if you upgrade it, you also get more in rent, and she is going to be the one that I'm probably going to put in charge to say, hey, look, you pick the paint that's good, you pick the upgrades that we need for this area, you know this area better than I do, and that is how you pick a property management company. All right, and off to closing now. I will keep you guys updated. All right, guys, just left the closing office. I'm officially done. I'm officially an owner of a new duplex. So when I got to this bank I was getting my check from, as soon as I opened my bottle of water right here, I cracked it open because it was brand new, and it was filled to the absolute top, right? And I spilt it all over my crotch, right? So as soon as I walked into the bank, I've got a soaking wet crotch, and I'm like, you know, I've got napkins and I'm rubbing it on. I'm trying to get it, like, you know, as much off as I can. But, all right, well, there's my excitement for the day. Or was it? So as soon as I walk in, right, there's this lady. She was screaming, right? And I was like, oh, man, what is going on in this bank? And she's yelling at the clerk, and then the manager, she turned around from talking to me, and she immediately runs over to her, and she's trying to calm her down. You know how they do at the bank as much as possible. And this lady is going, man. She's a foreigner, so she has a real heavy accent, but she's screaming. You can obviously tell she's very upset about something. And she's like, you are racist, you are this, you are that. And I'm thinking, oh man, please don't do anything stupid, because I'm gonna have to intervene. I don't want to. I just want to get this check and get out, you know. She's got a big purse, and I'm like, there's probably a machine gun in there for all I know. You know, I just want to eat some Panda Express right now. I just want to get out of here, do my thing, and go eat. I really don't want to get shot, and I really don't. But she's going and going and going, and I'm thinking, well, it looks like I peed my pants. So now it really looks like I peed my pants, because this lady's screaming at everybody. And luckily she leaves. And I'm watching, and she went to her car, and she didn't come back in, thankfully. And she leaves, all right? So I'm like, okay, good. So I go get what I need to do there at the bank, and I just left the title office right here. That's the title office. It's just an old house kind of thing, but they do their stuff out of it. And I'm officially an owner of a duplex. So it was interesting today. A little bit of a time crunch because my deadline was 3 o'clock, and I got there like 3:04. I was, you know, in contact with them. I told them, but, you know, they got the documents to me really late. So here's what happens, right? When you buy a property, an investment property, you're going to get what's called a HUD. Okay, it's a disclosure agreement. It's going to show all their charges, basically, right? Prorated and stuff that's getting deducted, etc., right? And they didn't get that to me till like 2 p.m. Closing is at 3 p.m. on the same day. Okay, so basically I had another dash for cash, 1 hour to, you know, basically get what I was supposed to get days ago, because I did this like 7 to 9 days ago, right? And so I had to run down to the bank. Hopefully there's no line. Get it all taken care of. And I told the guy, look, don't stick me at 3 p.m. I know closing's at 3 p.m. I will get here as soon as I can. But when you give it my documents at 2 p.m., expect me to go get all the stuff taken care of, the funds, and be back here at 3 p.m. That's not realistic. And I told the guy, I said, look, I'll get here when I get here, but I can't promise it'll be 3 o'clock, you know. He was like, look, I understand, you know. And I told the guy, you know, I wasn't mean or anything, but I was like, look, you know, like, I should have got this a long time ago. I mean, I'll go as fast as I can. I'm going to the bank. I'm coming right back. And I did. So, I just didn't want to show up at like 3:05 and we're like, nope, closing was at 3. Sorry, we're going to sell it to the next person, because, you know, it was a wholesale deal and there's always backup buyers. Just want to make sure that wasn't going to happen, because I got the paperwork that I was supposed to get. Like I said, it's called the HUD. Really, really late. So at this point, I'm not done. Yes, I'm the official owner, but I'm not done. There's more steps to this, just this. At this point, I'm going to reach back out to my property manager, or the new one I'm going to hire. I'm going to give them the address. I'm going to give them everything. In the meantime, tomorrow I'm probably going to get the keys mailed to me, which I'm going to make copies, keep in my possession, and then forward the keys to my new property management. The old property management, which was on this house, which is actually like a friend of the owner's kind of thing, doing it on the side. That's why the rents are so low. I'm going to relieve him of his duty to go to the new property management, get rents where they need to be, not all the way up, but I'm going to split in the middle. Like they're paying $525, market's like $900. I'll let them stay there if they want to pay $750 kind of thing, just so I don't have tenant turnover. I don't have any vacancies. They can stay there as long as they want at the $750, but when they move out, we'll get it to full market condition, do any type of refurbishing, maybe some repaint, minor stuff, since it's all rehab, and then go from there. And then we're going to go ahead and get insurance taken care of, or the insurance really can be taken care of tonight. I do have some quotes coming through. I'm going to get one more, and then I have my go-to lady, which is a broker, which I do recommend. Call a broker, an insurance broker. Tell them what you want to do. They'll shop like 25 different companies for you. So I have that quote. It's a little higher than I think it should be. So I'm doing some independent quotes, kind of like re-verification, just to make sure that quote isn't out of line. And then probably this evening or first thing tomorrow morning, I'll go ahead and get insurance on the property. I'm sure the insurance is going to be good for another 24 hours anyway from the previous owner, just because I closed, I don't know, like 6 minutes ago. So thanks you guys for watching, and that's how the process goes when purchasing a rental property.
You see, guys, it's not as scary as they might make it seem like, and it's really, have you ever been like really, really scared of something until you've actually did it, and you're like, well, shoot, why was I scared of that the entire time? This is kind of how this unfolded, right? Like, this was my very, very first, purchased sight unseen. I just used, 2021 Google Earth, and I looked around the best I could, but it wasn't scary at all. I broke the ice. Now I'm much more comfortable on reaching out, possibly investing in other states as well, but this is the catalyst, and this is what's getting me more comfortable to do things I've never done. And if you want to change your life, you have to do something other than what you've already been doing. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Consider smashing that like button if you got any value out of this whatsoever. Subscribing to the channel. I make several videos on becoming an entrepreneur and investing in real estate for passive income per week. And until next time, I will see you on the next one.